So, hello and welcome people back to Let's Play Syberia, and here is Oscar. But we have
Surprisingly.
priorities.
So, does this remind you of the train, Nico,
Which one?
to the Grand Canyon?
Ah, well, we have not had any bandits attack us, so...
Yeah, got held up by bandits on our way to the Grand Canyon.
Totally genuine. This is what happened.
Actually genuine bandits that actually were able to get on the train, and they didn't have to stop the train to let them on because the horses couldn't run alongside it because the path was icy alongside the train.
Yes.
Nope. Didn't happen at all.
So genuine. I mean, you know, they were very understanding with...
Yeah, if bandits are trying to harass you and they can't because the road is like too icy alongside the train tracks, you better be polite.
They have to do their job, right?
Yeah. They gotta eat too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for the moment
there,
Oscar
Oscar
says anything the least bit
My
unhappy.
functions do not permit me familiarity, Kate Walker, even if you are my first and only passenger.
Me? Your passenger?
Yes, you, Kate Walker. Is it not for that reason you completed my production process?
If you say so. Oscar, you know you could just call me Kate. It would be so much nicer, especially as we're going on such a long journey together.
I am sorry, Kate Walker, but I have already logged your name. I cannot modify this data, and my functions do not permit me familiarity, Kate Walker.
Well, I hope your functions permit you to learn the difference between being familiar and quite simply nice.
She's looking for some
I have decided to come along for the ride, Oscar.
some of that business trip strange.
Ready when you are.
Your ticket, please?
My ticket? What are you talking about?
The rules clearly state, Kate Walker, every passenger of this train must possess a
That's how you
ticket.
beat him up and then say,
Okay.
"Here's my ticket, pow pow
And
pow."
where do I get hold of a ticket?
Only the ticket vendor may issue tickets. You are in luck. The ticket office must be open now. You should go there immediately.
Can't even close the doors. The doors close themselves.
I mean,
Please.
it's almost as if the train had a mind of
As if there was way too much money poured into it.
as if an elaborate series of cogs.
But it's you?
What can I do for you, madam?
But Oscar, it's me, Kate Walker.
Correct. Your name is indeed Kate Walker.
I like how the first thing is Kate, because the most important thing to talk about is yourself.
What can I do for you, Kate Walker?
A train ticket, please. Why, do you sell anything else?
The only function of this ticket office is to issue tickets. You are requested to accelerate operations. The office closes in exactly 3 minutes. What can I do for you?
A ticket, please.
1 ticket?
Yes.
1 ticket. What is your final destination?
I don't know. It's you who told me I had to get a ticket.
A ticket to travel, then.
He's not very good at his jobs.
I mean, he has to do so many. It's already stamped.
Well, the stamp lets you know that it's valid. Mechanical propulsion locomotive.
It is really cool.
There you are. Do not lose it. This office is not entitled to produce duplicates. This advice also applies to the accompanying documentation.
What's that?
The authorization for the release of the train. The ticket officer may ask you for it at any time.
But I mean, you are the...
Attention! The exact moment has arrived to close this office.
See, it's like a statement about humanity, man. How we're all just like cogs in the machine.
And here I waste a little bit of time because you're not actually... Well, there is something to do over there, but I completely I completely forget exactly what it is. There is a special machine on this side of the train up front. I do get to it way later, but you have to do it before you actually take off on the journey. It's one of the requirements.
I dig that awesome whistle solo.
You don't even get to talk to him, and I want to talk to the whistle man.
Yeah. What's his story? He's got a song in his heart, clearly.
So let's just show him the documents. Yes, Katie, you have to get into the right position and then slide across the room regardless.
Oh, right. This makes sense with our whole theory that Kate's an automaton the whole time.
Finding the right place to talk to Oscar is a little bit awkward because there are two objects right next to each other, and they didn't want them to, like, you know, you to be able to interact with the wrong one. So picking up the one you want is actually kind of hard.
There you go. Completely normal human motion.
There you are, Oscar. Does this mean we can leave now?
I cannot accept this ticket for the moment, Kate Walker. Keep it.
Why don't you want to take my ticket?
I must abide by regulations, Kate Walker. Not all departure conditions have been fulfilled. I must confirm your departure release.
You can be a real stickler for the rules, Oscar, my old fellow.
Oh, I thought she was actually... I also thought she said Oscar Mayer instead of Oscar, my old friend.
So we need to show him the authorization.
Here, this is the authorization for the release of the train.
It has not been signed, Kate Walker.
Oscar, you're going too far. You just gave me this.
Does the train belong to you, Kate Walker?
No.
So there. This train cannot leave Aladalen without the agreement of its owner.
I don't think Madame Varlberg is in a position to sign anything right now.
In that case, the stamp of her legal representative is perfectly sufficient. Please hurry up, Kate Walker. This train will soon depart, and I must ensure it is not delayed.
So yeah, now we have to go to the notary again, and this time we're gonna use that stamping machine.
Oh, well, it's a good thing it's got a tiny little automaton.
Yeah, because, you know, we couldn't just... Though, to be honest, at the time we couldn't, we weren't able to use it anyway. Here I was trying to talk to him again about something.
Hello, Kate Walker.
It really is that hard to talk to him.
Oscar, if you were in my shoes right now, what would you do?
My reasoning mechanism does not permit me to manage problems outside the mandate of my own functioning.
How limited.
I can't wait to meet Hans Varlberg. What about you?
I would find the experience inordinately gratifying.
And I won't forget to congratulate him on the success of his incredible automaton.
Why, thank you, Kate
Yeah, I like
Walker.
how she was very angry at him for the last, four
This
dialogue
train is
options, but now
amazing.
she's, kissing
I'm
up
going
to
to
him.
travel like a princess.
I am happy that you like it, Kate Walker. This train has been designed to optimize passenger comfort.
Are you the only automaton on the train, Oscar?
I have been designed to attend to all tasks relating to the smooth functioning of the train and the comfort of its passengers.
Okay, Oscar. I don't doubt your talents for a second. Poor Madame Vorarlberg. I'm sure she would have loved to come along.
This train was designed for only one passenger, Kate Walker.
So, it's like I've taken her seat.
So yeah.
Don't think for one moment that I'm bored of you, Oscar, but I have to go.
Yeah.
I also have much to attend to, Kate Walker.
Oscar is the thing that will prevent smooth functioning of the train more so than the other option.
Yeah, it's almost as if he was built by someone who really liked the idea of rules and regulations without understanding their intent.
Or somebody who really like to overcomplicate things with top hats.
I mean, they do look pretty snazzy.
Yeah, I mean they do add that. But yeah, for now we have actually two more major things to do in Valley Line. It is to get the stamp and obtain an object. Because
An
we have
object.
Well, actually, two more objects.
Any objects. Just pick up a blade of grass and a stone, and you got this.
There is this one gallery that stands there in the train, and it's for musical cylinders. We are still missing one, as well as we're missing the core mechanism of the cylinder, because the train actually has its own music cylinder player. We just need to take the top part from the one in Anna's office, and we can do that until we get the last cylinder.
The last cylinder unlocks the mechanism.
The fifth cylinder. No, actually, there's only 4 in the game.
How many cylinders have we found so far?
We found 1. In this location we get 2, and for every location, well, for most locations since now, we find 1 more.
Fun. You know, I gotta say, this has all the heart-pounding excitement.
Oh, by the way, look at what it says there on the paper, or on the board.
Right.
It's actually like this is in French, if I recall, if I can tell correctly. And it's still in French here.
Approve.
No need to get this document stamped twice. It's already been authorized.
It will be twice as... Oh no, it's still... Alright. Yeah, it's still in French, but the... in the Polish version they actually translated it for the document that you can view, but not for anything else, so it just becomes Polish upon viewing.
Well, I bet it's also partly because the word approve is so close to approve.
Possibly. They were like, yeah, people are gonna get it. Especially
but
since...
what's the Polish word?
Zatwierdzone.
Yeah, I don't think, you know, it would quite translate as easily.
Yeah, and they did actually translate every single document with, like, the special fonts and what have you. It's still kind of funny though, because, well, yes, you cannot read what it says when you put down the document, but you still can very well read what it says when it's stamped, you know. And also, I don't think that the stamp would matter, like if it was in French, because you still see stuff in French or in Russian, for that matter, when you look at the signs in Overworld.
Good morning. What a pleasure to meet such a lovely young lady honoring our aging streets. Please sit yourself down next to me so we can enjoy the air together.
Ooh, enjoying that air.
Pleasure, but I'm afraid I don't have the time. Some other time, maybe.
I hope so, miss. I remember when these streets were full of vibrant life. In those days, there was a charming encounter to be had round every corner. Our good little town of Valladolid is not what it used to be.
It looks
Nico,
like
this
things
is
have
kind of
changed a bit
scaring me.
around here.
Are we Automata? Are you and I Automata? Is your YouTube channel just a front for the Great Automata takeover?
Maybe.
All hail the cogs!
Being excluded from the world is not an easy burden to bear, believe you me, miss.
But it's such a pretty little village.
I can tell you're not from these parts. I hope you enjoy the pleasures that we still have to offer. Good day to you.
I love how this guy says, how this old man says there was a charming encounter around every corner.
Oh, it was an RPG before.
Well, no, I meant more that he was getting some mass boosts, you know.
Oh, yeah. Well, of course. They're used, you know. They didn't just use the automata. I mean,
For all of the things.
yeah.
It's called.
You gotta get some of that robo
Hello.
booty.
Kate, so what's new?
We've got a problem, Mr. Marson.
What problem? Come on, Kate, don't beat around the bush.
There's maybe an heir.
What?
Hans, Anna Vorarlberg's brother. Looks like he's still alive. We can't buy the factory without his consent.
What? What is this? Where's this mystery brother come from? And more to the point, where is he? What did the notary say?
Nothing. I mean, nothing else. You know, sir, it's an odd town here. Everything's odd. The people, things. The situation's not straightforward. I have a small bit of research to do.
Listen to me, Kate. Universal Toys is one of our biggest clients, and I don't care how weird that town is. All that matters is that you do not set foot back in New York before you've tied up the deal. Get the picture.
Yes, Mr. Marson. You can count on me. Darn it!
Alright.
Quitting time.
There isn't actually much to explore in the around the church. That location that I'm going to right now actually doesn't have anything. It's just here, you know, for our viewing pleasure.
You gotta shoot all the ravens because they have like grenades.
Gems.
And
Yeah. Little treasure boxes.
Yeah.
Grenades.
Yeah. I mean, things like ravens hold. Commonly.
Especially but well, that was in Spain. Will French ravens also have that?
Oh, that's right. French ravens probably have one. Baguette.
Yes, they will have baguettes and moldy cheese.
Mm-hmm. And cigarettes. Of course, cigarettes.
They will have cigarettes, and also they'll be wearing those striped t-shirts.
Striped t-shirts, a fetching beret, and a scarf.
Mm-hmm. They can fly, though.
Well, that's for the ones who aren't French.
They can fly because they already had too much wine, and it's only noon. It's this detection system is actually really hypersensitive. I think it's more sensitive the larger the location is. But yeah, for now we can't interact with this cupboard.
I need a key.
This is what we need.
Well, now we know. I don't know how. Oh, because there's a keyhole. I see. And of course, there's Jesus.
Thankfully, for the most part, you don't actually need to know what you need in order to solve a thing. There are
like Jesus is.
Yeah, the automaton Jesus is where the key is. Obviously, it is going to guide our way to progress. But what I wanted to say, I do show off these things where it's like, oh, this is what you need to do. Even though you don't really need to know it in order to pick up a lot of things, because otherwise
this thing's jammed.
Otherwise, it always just feels like you have to be either psychic, or that these things are just like complete bullshit, and you have no way of knowing aside from clicking on everything.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that people who frequent your Let's Plays are used to the Nico famous speedrun style, where you just blaze through the game far faster than the developers intended.
Well, especially with point-and-click adventure games, I much rather prefer to show where you would get the idea for the solution, even if it's not necessary. Because otherwise it just it does just look like it makes absolutely no sense, and you're just supposed to guess a lot of these things.
I mean, some of the things are like that.
A little bit, yes. Or some of them, the getting the idea for the solution is a little bit out of the way.
Right. The place where they would give you the prompt is not close to the place where you would actually apply information.
Yeah, like for example, guessing which kind of wood you have to use for the automaton legs is like, why would you think to search through the first document you get?
Because you need to read every bit of flavor text in the entire game, clearly.
And well, while I did do that, it's still
Most people
like,
aren't as crazy as you are, so.
well, no, what I mean is I still did that, but I did it several hours before this.
So
my
what happens
first run.
is you go to this new town, and the first thing you do is you go on a panty raid. I see how it is.
Well, I mean, it's only natural, so don't shame.